So, welcome back. Just a tiny little meme stock update today, just because of price action. BLNK is Hycroft Mining making fun of me now. Is this the squeeze for AMC? What the fuck is GME doing? Because it's definitely not the squeeze. Is blank charging now really going up? What is FFAI doing? And something interesting on Beyond Meat. If you're interested, just stay tuned. As always, I'm using this method here, the Fractal Method. I will link the explanation video at the end of the video, or you just search for the playlist Fractal Method. Okay, well, I think today we will start with AMC. So, here the full chart. Also today we will only talk about this section here, what we have done today. If you really want to have the full explanation, I also will link the video from yesterday at the end of the video. But I'm not talking today about the whole thing. There's no reason for it. So let's look what we have done today. So this was a pretty good run today, in my opinion. There's a point where we really could get bullish now. Really bullish. So this was Friday. Nice one. We got a little pullback. And today, again, we got a nice one. But, so, the thing is, everyone who is following me since, I don't know, several weeks now, will know I was always the opinion, and still am, we are not squeezing from the V. And I also said, most likely January 16 contracts will be fucked. And maybe the January, what is next week? 23 contracts will be fucked too. Why? Well, first of all, are we gonna squeeze from the bottom? We didn't do it in 2025. We didn't do it in 2024. And we didn't do it in 2020 and 2021, which we are tracking. So there is absolutely no reason for me to believe we will do it now. Okay? If you start with arguing with me with this time is different, okay, fine. But then don't show me charts or tracking from 20 and 2021. If you're doing something different, fine. But you are only allowed to show me side by sides from earlier, from the past, when we are not doing. If we are doing the same. If we are not doing the same, show me something different. So we will do a higher low. So the thing is, I really think Friday, January 8th, we have a very big chance this was our bottom. Perfect. Also, if you go lower on the time frame, we started the whole thing with a little higher low, which ended in a V under A. In the moment this was finished, AMC started to run. Also, AMC maybe gave us today the perfect landmark. So if the bottom is in, this was our A, our micro A, just the A of this higher low. That also means that this here was our A pullback. That means we have now our target. What do I mean with that? Well, we will do now our higher low. So this was A. we will go up. This somewhere here will be our B pullback. Then we will get to our peak. I don't think we will break 246. Maximum, maybe even lower. This would be our peak. Then we fall back, lower high, fall back, midpoint, fall back, last time to sell. And then we will fall to our V under A. Our point right now, if everything is true, is 1.57. So minimum 1.56 is your buy-in target. The buy-in target for our next chat test, squeeze, run, Moors, every bank is dying, whatever you want to call it. This would be the buy-in target for, if you will watch the last video, 150 to 76. Just because I'm one of the persons who are still looking for a two-part squeeze. But if you're interested, watch the last video. Also, one thing I am absolutely sure I will see today in the other prediction videos. First of all, I absolutely 100% confident I will read and see and hear today squeeze tomorrow. But also, they will say that, what was that today? No, not 5 million. What the fuck? There has never been so much volume. Never. We have to squeeze today. This week, next week, or whatever. Well, on Friday, was it Friday? Yeah. On Friday, we had 72 million. Today, we had 60 million. Okay. Let's look. So, in 2025, on a Friday, we had 50 million. The Monday after that, we had 80 million. And the Tuesday after, it already dropped again. So, massive volume. In 2024, we had on a Monday 60 million. On the Tuesday, 31 million. And then 26, 13, 28. Also, big volume. So saying that never happened before, not really working for me. So, all in all, just my opinion. But every stock, not only AMC and GME, after the V, you do a higher low. So, for me personally, and I said it, I have no position. I am waiting for this V and A. And also, to be said here, if AMC is now ready to squeeze, or is already squeezing, why isn't GME squeezing? I thought they go hand in hand. But GME is red today. So let's jump into GME. So here's our GME chart. Yeah. Again, if you want to have the full story, I explained everything in the last video. Today, we will just look what we have done today. So for what we have done today, well, we dropped lower. Yeah. So AMC had its, what was it, 8 to 10% run today, but GME was falling. Is that really looking like, if they are really synced, that both are going now? For GME, I really have to say, right now, really saying for me that the bullish alternative is off the table. What I'm talking about, the bullish alternative would have been that this is our higher low and GME would go up to 28-ish. This would be the A, pullback, breakout, retest. In that time, AMC would do its high low, and then both would run. I think, or for me personally, that's off the table. For me, if you look, this is our middle to small T. This is just our micro T. We are going down. So if you say that this is your T, this is also a C, because every letter is a top. This here was already your lower peak. If GME would be bullish, we would not even stop here. We would just ran and break through. We didn't. We made a top. We came down. We made a lower peak. Now we fall. So I could even say we might go down, come a little bit up. This would be your aim then. You fall again, T, and then you knife. Or you just knife from here. Yeah. For price targets, I really have to say, I'm still standing to it. My price target is still 70.58. But I'm also okay with anything under this low here. Anything under 1962.63. Something in this range. I'm absolutely convinced we will see. And hopefully hopefully this week, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Because as long as we not finish this, we are not able to squeeze. Same for AMC. I hope this higher low is taking, I don't know, 2 weeks minimum. But I hope it's not taking longer. If we're doing that absolutely quick, we get our squeeze. Yeah. Okay. Next one, BYND. So, also for BYND, I know I'm saying that now to every ticker today. If you want the full story, watch the video of yesterday. I will link it in the end of the video. Today we will just look what we have done today. So this is the 1 hour and what we have done today. I also said in the last videos that this whole thing could be 2 things. It could be just a little micro higher low, same what AMC still has to do, or our T. Yeah? In the case, if this, I start with the bearish version. If this is T, we still have to knife down to 66 cents and gap fill. Yeah, I'm talking about this gap here. Because to finish this T, you have to come lower than this point, so lower than 79 cents. In that case, you will just gap fill. But the thing is, for the bullish alternative, if this is just a tiny little higher low, we already finished it with Friday, January 2nd. And this is already a breakout. And to be absolutely clear, this here could already be a micro A. And this is the micro A pullback. For that, we only have to come down to the 0.5. We already came absolutely close to it. So the thing is, I would have 2 versions, or let's say 3. Absolute bearish one. This is T. We knife down. Absolutely clear. Second one, this is just a little higher low. This is already A, and we need a 0.5 pullback. In that case, we will do, I think this rest of the week we will do that. We will come up, down, up, and then somewhere in the range of 93 cents. This is our 0.5. And from there, we finally can go. Or, because we're already very close to the 0.5, this was already our V. In that case, I really want to see upside. Yeah? And for upside, right now, I really have to say, everything over $1.08, bullish. And as always, everything over $1.25. There is no alternative to the downside anymore. If we're breaking down here, everything under 85 cents, and in my opinion, we will get there. Yeah? But this thing starts to look interesting. We are fucking close. Next one, BLNK. So for BLNK, also, if you want to hear the full story, just watch the video of yesterday. But BLNK did something interesting today. So we will look what we have done today, but we're still staying on this weekly time frame. For me, there are only two versions right now. First, we are in this section here. This would be this section here. But the thing is, this T wouldn't be done, and we still to do a new all-time low. That means something 40 to 30 cents. Just for clarification for the bearish alternative. The thing is, also for the bullish version, we would be here in the same section. So let's look. So here's the zoomed in version. So on the left side, this is today on the 1 hour. On the right side, this is March 2020, and it's the same position. So in that thing, here is your T, which is a C. Here's also your T. You fall down. The thing is, the T is finished because we went under the lowest level. It was only 2 cents lower, but fine. And on my date, because I said I want to see something between January 9th to January 20, we got a massive gap up today. 20% up. So if it's not the bearish version, and this is clearly the bottom, same as AMC, for example, well, then we are most likely in two positions. The first one would be we are doing right now this little tiny higher low. Yeah? In that case, we should get our answer very quick, because in that case, most likely, if we zoom in, we will reject this trend line. Maybe this is already the top. In that case, we would now go down to, this is our A. So we would have to go down Y midpoint G under 71 cents. This would be our V under A just for this micro high low. This would be this one. Yeah? And after that, we would just do this. Yeah. So in that case, after that, we would still do the big one, the big high low, which, yeah, if we look, it's pretty easy for example. For the big high low, after that, we're doing this. We are not breaking this trend line. We're doing another V on the A. We have to see where the A is then. Like this. If we're doing this, I'm not really sure, but let's see. But all in all, after that, we're getting this big run. Yeah? Or, which I'm not really confident with, would be that this is already this. Let's see. But the important thing is, we have to do the higher low. If it's the small one, or if you're already in the breakout on doing this, yeah, we will see. If we break with volume, so for levels, let's go into levels. For levels, first of all, if you break over this trend line with volume, so over 94 cents, that's already bullish. If you break over 143, then I think we're doing the bigger high low. Yeah. If you're breaking downside from here, your V under A is anything under 71 cents. If you break even lower, and let's say if you break under 66 cents, it's the bearish alternative, and you will make new all-time lows, and most likely it will be 40 to 30 cents. But this also looks interesting right now. Next one, FFAI. Also here for the full story, last video. We will only look what we have done today. And to make that clear, we've not really done much today. Yeah. So just for the repetition, for the summary, this was our big high low from April 2025 till November 2025. And since then, we just made the first micro high low. And as it seemed, which also ended in VNA, and as it seems now, we're doing the second micro high low. The only thing is, SPY was massively down today. I mean, it recovered perfectly, but still massively down today. But FFAI was green. It didn't knife. But in the end, we just ended what quite nothing. Yeah, we ended at quite nothing. So my date was today till February 19. So I'm still looking for upside, to say that. I'm not looking for we going now this till end of February. The only thing I could imagine that this year was our micro high low, yeah, but this is also a micro high low, just a second, a last one. So in this case, is this micro high low already finished? If we're not running up tomorrow, because you could easily say, yeah, it is finished, and we go, because then your A would be just this. Here's your V under A, V, another micro high low, and we would go. If not, then only from this year, your V under A is at $1.05. And what we did today was just our T. But I'm showing this on the 1 hour, just saying, 1 hour chart. So that would mean you would go down, most likely, I don't know, if we're not completely doing 0% tomorrow, going to $1.04. And then I really want to see something. Yeah. Levels wise, I think the next time we break $1.33, we are gone to the upside. Bye-bye. If you're going under $1.05, perfect. We are doing our V&A. We are nearly ready to go. What I don't want to see is anything under 99 cents. Yeah. Same as yesterday. That would be really fucking bearish. Yeah. And of course, if you break under 78 cents, 87 cents, this play is over, in my opinion, at least for me. Yeah, we would be way too low. This whole thing would be wrong. We would make a new all-time low. We would have to do a new higher low. No, but I'm not seeing that yet. This thing still looks absolutely fucking bullish till today. Yeah, okay. And one last thing, high-craft mining. So I really think this stock is making fun of me. Yeah, I really think that, because every time when I say, hey, this could now be our top of A. And we're getting this little pullback. Perfect. And we're now doing a lower high. This fucking shit starts to rip faces off. So, I am still the opinion. This was our A peak, which is also a little C peak. And we drop lower now. I could even say, okay, you see this here? In June 2021, there was a gap down. We filled that today. So maybe this had to be filled before we go down. Thing is, where would be our pullback with this run today? It isn't changing much. It's it was 7 yesterday. Today it's 7:54 ish. Yeah. But I say that again. Wait for the confirmation. Yeah. This shit stock did it now 3 times to us. Yeah. Where we thought it's the peak, we're going lower, and then we broke out. Again, just wait for we will go down now. We will go down now. We will come up. And if we're not breaking to a new all-time high again, wait for the confirmation for lower high. Yeah. And after that, we go down. Or just don't play. Just wait. When we get the pullback, it's the safest place, and then go into calls. Because after that, our next target is 87. And I'm really thinking, because of position-wise, I would say most likely we did this a few days ago or weeks. This was last week. We might now got our absolutely peak. If not, in December we were here, and we would still be somewhere in here. Yeah, I can't say that right now. But whatever. Okay, levels wise, whatever. I'm pretty convinced we're not just running up here. This landmark here is so significant. No, I am not convinced we're just going to all-time highs. No. Still think we have to go down here. Yeah, levels I don't have to give you because there are no important ones right now. They are just not. Okay. Was a very short update video today. I don't have so much time today, and I wanted to show the most important ones. If you liked it, as always, leave a like. The Fractal tutorial video I will put here. The playlist of the whole stories of all the meme stocks is here. The only thing which isn't in there is what happened today. Yeah. And if you want to see more, give me a number. Let's see if we're squeezing tomorrow or not. Have fun.